What's up? What's up, guys? Let's see. What's happening, guys? Quick little impromptu live here. Hope the fan's not too loud. Let me go check. Stuff's a little high. What's happening? Wait for a few people to jump in here. I'm going to go post this on my socials real quick. What's up, everybody? I'm going to post this on my socials real quick. And we got some people in here. See what's happening. Give me just a second. Share. Copy the link. Put it on my Instagram. What up? What up? What's up, Anthony? Give me a second. I'm posting this to my socials. Let's talk to cruise night. That's for sure. Stories. There we go. What up? Stainless steel sand rail with a V6 Honda, a BDS blower. Need to rebuild one day. Well, heck yeah, man. That sounds badass. Got another one of these over the weekend. Totally stoked on that. Where's my other one? Here it is, right here. So now we've got, I know I said in one of my lives I wanted to get a bunch of these, but now I got two. Only problem is that number 2 does not say number 1. And we're going to be working on making that number 2 a number 1 next race. Need a little bit more power on the big end, and I think we'll have that class locked down. So although one of the heavy hitters, someone who I consider a heavy hitter, Blake, in that class, he did break. So that was unfortunate, but he is definitely somebody to watch out for. This car's fast and has the potential to go a lot faster. So the last event in September is going to be really, really interesting, because I think now I'm number 2 in points. That dropped Blake down to number 3. So there's no chance that we're going to catch Rafa in the points, but it's going to be a battle for second between Blake and I. So should be an interesting event. Jared, what up? What up? Should be definitely an interesting event coming in September. Jared, I hope you're going to be ready, man. I want to see your car go A to B and not have any more issues. You've only used it first gear and it's really quick. Yeah, I would imagine it's pretty fast. What kind of engine management is on that V6 Honda with the blower? Do you know? What kind of computer's on it? What's it running? Be interesting to know. Let's check out the chat here. 11 people in here. Slowly climbing. I kind of did this impromptu deal because I've got I've got this coming up. Not sure. The footage launched in third instead of first. Oh, no. So I got this coming up this Saturday. If you guys are out here in Arizona, coming out to the new Farmer Boys restaurant on Val Vista in Gilbert, I'm hosting a cruise night there. There's going to be a DJ playing music. There'll be face painting, food. Come out, grab yourself a burger. And if you guys in the Arizona area, you don't have to have a classic car to show up. Let's just show up and pack that restaurant. I think it'd be awesome. First time I'm doing anything with these guys from Farmer Boys. If you guys are Cali people, you'll definitely know Farmer Boys. They are expanding out here in Arizona, and they reached out to me and asked me to host a cruise night for them. So hopefully it'll be the first of many, and hopefully it'll be future business ventures with them in the future to come. So it was really cool of them to reach out to me, and they are, believe it or not, the guys that run it or own it or whatever. They're Glamis guys. So it's kind of cool that they reached out to me and doing a little something with them. So I think it's gonna be cool. If you guys are in the Arizona area, come on out, check it out. Saturday from 4 to 8. It's gonna be a good time. I'll bring. I'm either gonna bring the Bug. I'm definitely bringing my Chevelle. I'm either gonna bring the Bug or my Honda, one of the two. My Honda's already somewhat clean and in the trailer already, so I could just hook and book with that. And then I think my wife will drive my Chevelle out there. It's not far from here. It's like 15 minutes from the house. So I looked at the footage. Yeah, man, that sucks that you launched in third instead of first. Hopefully it didn't hurt anything. Hopefully it didn't hurt nothing. Let's see if that popped up. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Yep. Let's see. Cool. So that is working. The Honda, bro. Yeah, I'll bring the Honda. It's in the trailer. So I do have some upgrades planned for that before the next PFI event. I just watched Brent's video. If you guys subscribe to PFI, if you don't, you should. But jump on over when I'm done here. Don't leave yet. Jump on over when I'm done here and watch his video and his footage from the event. It was really good. Break your dog, most likely. Got to be recut. Get the trans out and get it to Morgan. Yeah, I think we got a month, bud. So my trans has to come out also. That pin came out of my shifter in the first round, and I hurt third gear. So it still shifts, but it grinds. So I need to get it out and get it fixed. Hopefully it's just a synchro, and it won't be a big deal. Comments. Sorry about that, guys. So what else is going on? What kind of questions you guys got for me? Let's talk about Glamis. Let's talk about SandCars. Season's coming up fast. My car is still way behind, but it's getting there. It's a slow process. I got so much other stuff going on with racing, and I've got 3 cars I'm going to be wiring over at San Limo and my car, so that makes 4. So I'm going to be putting in some late nights over there, getting some cars wrapped up and getting mine wrapped up as well. I still got to finish fitting the dash and the hood, and then get that off to paint. If I don't like how the dash fits, I already talked to Joe. We're just going to make an aluminum dash for my car and powder coat it. We'll make the same style, but Santee Todd, what up, brother? Thanks for joining. Messages. There we go. How's Joe's car coming? Joe's car's done. His car's good to go. I'm actually working on his truck right now. He's got I don't even know what year. It's an early Ford pickup truck. It's a old F-150 or I don't know. It's an ex-Baja truck, but it's got like a 470 cubic inch World Industries small block in it. It's a badass. Should make like 700 naturally aspirated, they say. And it's got a 4L60 with electronic trans. And so I'm in the middle of just started wiring that thing earlier today. So we should wrap that up probably by next week, get it running. Then I've got to move on to another customer's car, then my car, and then another customer's car. So I got a lot of wiring to do. Yeah, it's cool. His truck actually raced like the Baja 500 back in the 80s and was I guess a contender in one of the classes or whatever. It did pretty well. So he restored it, and Mike from King made custom shocks for it. It's really, really cool. I can't wait for you guys to see it. So I'm going to be filming. I'm going to be wiring over there tomorrow. So I'm going to be filming a bunch. I'll pop out a video hopefully by the weekend of everything that's going on over there in his truck and what we got going on at the shop. Glamis season is coming up very, very fast. So it always creeps up, and it seems like it's slow. It's going to be October 1st before we know it, and it will be busy. That's for sure. There's already guys going to Glamis. Oh, let's see here. What transmission would you use for a Honda LS motor? In what, Anthony? In a Honda or in a buggy? If it's going in a buggy, you can use a 091 for that. It'll be fine. If it's going in a Honda, depends on how much power you're going to make. Going in a SandCar, 091 will be fine. It'll hold whatever you throw out of an LS motor. 002, they're a little on the weak side. I've broken a couple of those, but an 091 will hold it. Unless you're making 1,000 horsepowers with said LS motor, then you might have an issue. But I have a GSR for my Honda car. Cool. That's awesome. Kirsty, what's up? Hold too long ad to get in here. A 2-minute ad. Heck yeah. Cooking up some enchiladas. Heck yeah, that's cool. I did okay at the fest. I did okay. Got another one of these. But that too, next race hopefully becomes the number one. So I faced Rafa in the finals again, but yeah, it was rough. I'll show you guys a little video clip here in a second of what's going on with my car, and it's a trip. Let's see. What are my thoughts on the new Kawasaki side-by-side? Dude, I watched a couple of videos on that thing. It looks pretty badass. I think with no modifications, some guys in the desert, and they were going like 101 miles an hour in it. I like the harnesses, the way they come through the back of the seat, and they're like locking style seat belts, like automotive. So not only are they safe, but they're comfortable. I haven't seen one in person yet. I'm sure we will. Yeah, working hard. I dare you attempt with the enchiladas. Yeah. So here's what's going on with my car. I'm just not pouring on enough power out the back. We can only get it to make like 30 pounds of boost up there. But again, I have a ton of data from Pueblo. We don't have a lot of data on my car using CO2. So we just recently switched to CO2 to control the wastegate. And we had like 45 pounds on the dome, and it only made 30 pounds. We could give it more, but we're not totally sure what it's going to make. So you got to find how do I say it? You got to find the sweet spot, right? So 45 pounds of dome pressure made 30 PSI of boost. But if we upped it to 55 or 65 pounds of dome pressure, it might have given it all the boost. We don't know. You kind of have to ease into it and then back off. And that's cool to do when you're testing, but we were actually in the middle of a race. So I didn't want to put too much dome pressure on it, have it over boost, and I have to abort a pass, during eliminations. So we just kind of eased into it. So we're going to do a bunch of testing on the dyno. I think I'm going to get Jamie. I've got a new turbo and stuff going on the car, so it's going to have to be retuned. And then we are going to log all the, start changing dome pressure and watch the boost climb, so we know at, certain areas or certain tracks how much dome pressure will give you X amount of boost. And that changes for every track you're at. So, depending on the elevation, in Pueblo, my car made 30 pounds of boost, but if I unhook it off the trailer right now and go drive it, it'll probably make 50 here, just because the air is not so thin here. So again, that's why we collect data and try to save it. So that's kind of where that car's at right now. I think we were running out of turbo. It's just a 3584. It's a little guy. I'm probably running the smallest turbo in my class. And I probably have the least amount of horsepower. There's probably 4 or 5 of us cars that are in like the top 5, and I probably make the least amount of power out of all of them. My advantage is my car's all-wheel drive, so that's why I'm getting out on guys, but then they're coming around me on the big end. You got to learn how to drive again. Yeah, definitely. It's so I'm going to see if you guys can see this. I clipped a little clip out of the PFI video earlier. See if I can play it here. I don't know how to play it on the screen for you guys live. Kind of retarded when it comes to that stuff, but let's see. See if you guys can just see it off my phone. See if this works. You guys see that okay? Let me zoom in. Check it out. See how fast I'm gone? I am long gone on them, and I just run out of power on the big end. I'm 2 cars out on them right there. And just by the time I get on the big end, I'm running out of power, and they just come around me. And he goes 9.0 to my 980. So it's close, but I'm leaving on him, and I'm doing my job on the tree. It's just what back housing? It's a T4. I don't know. It's a 3584 with a T4 back half. What's the plan with the Gia? Right now, the Gia is just sitting under a cover. What's the plan with you? We'll talk later. You need to come visit. Glamis season's starting soon, so we need to get here. We might have some projects going. Not sure what we're going to do with the Gia yet. Sherry and I have been talking a little bit about it. So I'll let the cat out of the bag with my bug. There we go. There's my finger. My bug is right there. You guys know the car. I've had the car listed for sale forever. I've been trying to get rid of it. And the only thing that I would have traded for was a convertible. I've had every bug there is. I've had a squareback. I've had, tons of bugs. The problem is the nicest car I had was a 57 oval ragtop. So, Matt, running taller tires will help you on the long end. I'm on a 24.5 by 15 already. I can't go much bigger than that. The pinnacle for a Volkswagen guy would be a convertible. So in my for sale ad, I posted, what I wanted for the car or trade for a convertible. And I had somebody hit me up out of Florida that was going to trade me that for my bug. And I was going to do it in a heartbeat. I made plans with the guy to do the deal, and he just flaked like 4 times. We just couldn't get our schedules to meet up, and then the guy ghosted me. So I relisted the car back up for sale, and we'll see what happens. It's not a cheap car. It's going to go to a very, it's a niche market for that car because And to be honest with you, I hate to talk bad about Volkswagen guys because I'm a Volkswagen guy, but Volkswagen guys are cheap. They don't like to spend money. And I get it because I'm a Volkswagen guy. I'm the same way. So when you're trying to sell a $20,000 bug to somebody, you know, it's hard to do, even though it would cost you 40 or 50 to build that car. And it's just like anything with classic cars. You're not going to get out of them what you put into them. But yeah, Jared, we're going to work on that. We're going to work on getting old Miss Kirsty back at the track. We're going to talk about that. We need somebody in our pits. So we're going to see if she can make it to the Carney race. Definitely miss having her out there. That's for sure. Oh, let's see. What back housing do I have? Jared, there's a 128. So you can get Sherry a bike. Yeah. So I take it you've been talking to her. Yeah, that might be something that's going to happen here in the near future. She may be getting another bike. Let's see here. What were you saying, Jim? There's a 128 back housing for it. Yeah, with my new turbo, I just won't need it. The thing is I just hope the guys in our class are not going to complain too much about it. And if they do, they can just read the rule book again. You know, it is what it is. I'm not on a dog box. I'm on a synchro trans, so I can run that turbo. So, you know, that's just what it is. The shop videos are awesome. Be posting new videos. Yeah, Matt, as soon as the Glamis season starts, we'll start posting new videos from Glamis. Our season starts in October. So that's kind of the ups and downs to my particular YouTube channel. I love all things automotive. And if you guys watch my channel, you know that I do all kinds of different stuff. I go drag racing. I do dumb shit, you know, all the time. But my core audience is Glamis and Glamis Fab. So, yeah, they shouldn't. It's class legal. Yes, you're right. But, you know how that goes. So I like to do a lot of things automotive. I'm into classic cars. I have a Chevelle. I have a Bug. My wife has a Carmen Ghia. And, you know, I try to video stuff and post stuff. We have a Tesla that I did a battery in. Like, I made a video on that and posted it. Did pretty well. But my core audience is Glamis, and guys want to see what's going on at Glamis Fab. Unfortunately, our season is only from October until, like, early May. So from May to October, that's my racing season. That's when I'm out in Colorado and Nebraska and all over the place drag racing. So I just try to film most of what I can and all the projects I got going on and post them all. You know, my drag racing videos don't do quite as well, nearly as well as my Glamis stuff, but it is what it is, you know. I want the red RFR SandCar thing runs great. Oh, cool. Hey, Cody, turns out what a small world this is. Some guys that I used to dune with in a dune group, that guy that owned that car used to dune with them. His name was Bill. They called him Wild Bill. Actually, I have checked. Hold on a second, bro. I actually have a picture of that car with that guy driving it. Someone says, hey, I saw your video, and that's Wild Bill from our old group. Let me see. Hold on. I'll find it. Totally funny. Let's see here. Here we go. Check it out. It's going to be weird. I'm going to zoom in on this photo. So there's some of the guys that I used to dune with. But if you look right there, there's your car, dude. Trip out on that. Small world. Somebody saw my video and then sent me that picture. So yeah, that car was actually in the dune group of guys that I dune with before I duned with them. Trippy. Gnarly, the projects help myself and probably Yeah, dude, I love helping people out. I definitely, definitely. I do a lot of Honda wire harnesses. If you guys are making your own, you can go check out my channel. There's some, not really how-to videos, but kind of just showing you the gist of how to do it. I don't like to give out all of my, secret sauce, information, but the data's out there and you guys can make them yourselves. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but I make power steering units, electric power steering kits. Do you build the car? No, it's an RFR car. I think RFR built the car and he bought it that way. I don't know a whole lot more about it. So and how I got into that business of making electric power steering kits was through Joe. There was another guy out of California making them. And listen, I've got controllers on the way. They come from Portugal. I order them 20 at a time. So when I get my 20 controllers in, I make 20 units at a time. So, yep. Yeah, we'll do yours too, Cody. I dread pulling the transmission again. Me too. So, Jared, I'm going to do all my mock-up stuff because I'm changing my weight plate, my intercooler, and all that stuff is getting moved up. So I'm going to leave my Herc transmission in until all the mock-up's done. Then I'll pull it apart. So I need to trim my mustache. I should have enough time to get it done. I think this is going to go over to San Limo next week, and then I'll have room for my car on the lift. I'll do it here. I'll do all the mock-up here. So I got into that business making power steering kits, and it took off. I did really, really well. And now it's just, I just really don't have the time to concentrate on that business. So at this point in time, I try to make kits 20 at a time. And when I'm sold out, I'm sold out. We keep a few kits in Glamis so we can install them there. And then I'm mostly just installing them at Joe's. So I'm not doing too much over-the-counter sales with my kits. We're doing more install stuff. But again, like I said, I've got 20 more controllers coming. And when I do get a couple free days, I try to make 10 or 15 kits at a time so we can get them and have them for customers. But the problem is that when I make 20 kits, they sell so fast that later, Jared. What do I got left? I have to wire the whole car. I started working on some of that today, pulling the main battery cable in from the starter up front. Started getting some of the bigger wiring stuff out of the way because I'm going to rewire the car, like the chassis part itself, like all the lights and stuff, over at San Limo. I'm waiting on my axles to come in and a couple other little parts, and then finishing up the hood and the dash. And then I've got to order my switch pros and a couple other little things, and it'll be finished. We do have to, unfortunately, take the front end apart again. Central Florida. What up, Ralph? Thanks for watching from Central Florida, brother. Appreciate you. My family's from Tallahassee. We're Northern Florida, Floridians. Aloha. So, yeah, just a few more things to do on it, and then it should be ready to go. But, again, we're right smack dab in the middle of my drag racing season, so it's hard. And I put a real priority on my Honda and drag racing. I wanted to do all 4 events this year to help support PFI. Those guys have done so much for me. It's the least I can do is go to their 4 events and support them. I actually went online and talked a bunch of shit and told everybody that I had the fastest Honda in the state of Arizona and that they needed to come to Colorado and come to the race and prove me wrong. And I put up cash. I put up a $200 bounty. If they wanted to come prove me wrong and help pay for their fuel, they could come down and race me in between rounds and try to take the money. But everybody was afraid to bring their cars out. So the funny thing is a lot of guys were like, well, that's a long way to go to try to make $200. What they don't understand is it's not about the $200. It's about getting their car out and getting them to come to the event and race in the event. And then we can race to see who's faster for the $200. Like, most people didn't understand my wording of it. They just thought they were going to come all the way to Colorado for one race for $200. And, that wasn't the case. I was trying to get guys to get their cars out of the garage and come out and race them. So I'll do anything to help support those guys at PFI. Like I said, they've done a lot for me. Cody says, what horsepower is that Civic? On 40 pounds, it's probably making excess of 1,000, right in that range. It made just under 800 on 29 pounds. Yeah, obviously not enough. Definitely wasn't making enough. Growing the event. Most definitely. I'm trying to grow the event. I'm in the sport class, Ralph. So we're limited on weight and turbo size, and it's kind of like NHRA sport front-wheel drive class. You have to have a dash, carpet, door panels. Oh, Milo's in. What up, Milo? You got to have a dash, door panels, windows. It has to be all glass. So unfortunately, my car is like, honestly, still need that motor in your rail. No, let's put a turbo on your V6, dude. My car is still, honestly, like more street car than anything, because I like to do drag and drive events. I have a full dash in my car. It's not all cut up. My car holds 15 gallons of fuel, so I can drive it on the street. Most of the guys, I think all of the guys in my class, run a 2.5 gallon fuel cell. And then I run straight up out of the pump E85. I don't even test it anymore. I used to get all technical and test it, and I wanted to know what the ethanol content was. But we, to be honest with you, the shittiest E85 I've ever found is in Colorado. So we made sure we tuned the car on that E85. That way, no matter what I put in it, I know it's good no matter where I go. Interesting weight. My car weighs 2545 with me in it. We had to weigh after every round. And in my class with my turbo, I can be 2350. And I just refuse to cut my car up. It's still got all the metal inside the car. Realistically, my car, if I cut the roll cage out of my car, I could make it a street car again. I could put all the interior back in it. Nothing's cut out. And there's a couple reasons for me not cutting up the car. A lot of you guys know that car used to belong to a friend of mine who passed away. And I think I would be doing him a disservice by cutting that car to pieces. So that car will always stay in the way it is, because I built it exactly how he would have wanted it. You can take it out and street race it. You can still street drive it and track drive it. So, and that's kind of the way I like it too. When I had my shop in Elsinore, I owned Whole Shot Racing. My partner Milton had a drag car. To a street car and pick up another shell. Yeah, we could do that, bro. We could definitely do that. I had my shop. We had a drag car, and that was Milton's car, my partner. And I pitted for him and did motor work and all that stuff for him, and for him to be able to drag race. And I was a street guy. I had an EG that was a street car with a K motor on nitrous, and I would go out street racing, and we would hustle and make money with my car, but our legit racing was in his drag car. So I kind of got the best of both worlds now. I could still drive my car on the street, and I still get to race it. I could do that. I could put that car back to street, but my goal is to crack an 8-second pass in a 2,500-pound car. I think it can be done. I think I have the combination to do it. Someone needs to take Rafa's crown. You know what, man? I cannot say enough good things about Rafa, though, man. Those guys are a class act. They're always, open arms. If you ever need parts, they'll give them to you. And to be honest with you, like my car and a lot of our cars were upgraded, right? So we did this, and then it wasn't enough, and we did more. Rafa's car was built around that class. They built it that way years ago. And it just is what it is. He's fast. And to be totally honest with you, he motivates me to want to go faster. Every time he beats me, makes me want to go faster. And I think that's kind of what the essence of our class is all about. You know, you stay within the rules. They are great people. It is a purpose-built car. Yes, sir. It's built for that class. When we were at Kearney and he was behind me in the staging lanes, I was kicking my trailer hitch because I leave my trailer hitch and the ball and everything on my car. And I said, you know, when he runs out of fuel during our pass because he only holds 2 gallons, I can tow him back to the pits with my trailer hitch. Rafa went rounds with your CO2 bottle. What the hell, man? You should have told him no. He was facing me. Yeah, they're all good guys, man. I can't say enough good things about them. Javi actually aligned my car. And Javi's actually probably going to get my car back before the next event. And he's going to do some more alignment tricks. Since I got that FCS rear kit, we can get a lot more caster out of it and set it to where he wants. So, and those guys are always willing to help no matter what team you're on, no matter who you are. As long as you're cool with them, they'll help you. They'll help you beat them. And that's how I am. I'd help them beat me as well. Yes, the Apex is going on. It's actually right behind my laptop, right there. I can't get driven around again. Cody asked about merch. Oh, yeah. Just enjoying your channel. Right on. Appreciate it, man. So, yeah, you can go on the website, thedunatic.com. You can order it there, or you're local. You can always just come by and get it. I trust you. I know you. And you know where I live. So, or come out to the cruise night. You're local. This Saturday from 4 to 8, I'm hosting a cruise night at the grand opening of Farmer Boys. Come out there. I'll have merch out there. Come pick it up. It's the camera in my laptop. Is it bad or good? It's just the built-in one on my laptop. Is it decent? I don't know. Yeah, come to Farmer Boys. I went to lunch with those guys today. Great dudes. So yeah, if you guys want to pick up some merch or just come on, hang out, come check it out. You don't have to have a classic car to come to the cruise night. You can come check out, you know, all the cars that are out there. Go into Farmer Boys, get yourself something to eat. And yeah, definitely, Cody, come on out. That'd be cool to see you out there. Like I said, you guys don't have to have a classic car. Just come out and hang out, say hi. Dave Unknown's coming out from Glamis Fab. Weto's going to be there from Glamis Fab as well, along with me and myself. I'm trying to get Joe Fab to come out as well. He doesn't like to come outside much, but we're pulling on, trying to get it out there. What up? Just got home from work. I have to watch this later on. Dinner's on the table. Right on, man. Appreciate it. What else? What else is going on, guys? That's what I thought. Laptop cameras aren't the best. Just need to pick up cheap USB. Yeah, I have one somewhere. I just got to dig it out. Hey there, do you happen to have a Civic you're drag racing? Yes, sir, I do. Yes, Speed Trends Racing. I do have a Civic that I drag race. Why, you want to sponsor it? I definitely use some sponsors. Okay, Speed Trends, I'm waiting for your response. Always looking for sponsors, bro. My dad watches your channel all the time. Oh, right on. I appreciate it. That's cool. Dude, why aren't you guys making Kearney? That sucks. I love Kearney, by the way. That track is phenomenal. Cool story about Kearney. I actually, kind of embarrassing to say, but I oiled Carney down from the starting line all the way to the shutdown. Amarillo Central Florida Turbo. Heck yeah. Tell me you were racing a Civic. As you can tell, I have a hatch too. Oh, that's awesome, dude. All the PFC guys. Oh, man, that sucks. So we won't have Morgan. None of the PFC guys are going, huh? So my funny story about Carney is during Rocky Mountain Race Week, I oiled the right lane at Carney down from the starting line all the way to the end. It had rained really, really bad the night before we got there, and I drove through the grass on accident, and a bunch of water splashed up into my catch pan. And then we sat for like 3 or 4 hours before I could make a pass. So that water mixed in with a little bit of oil and debris that was in my catch pan. So I launched the car, and water and oil start coming out of my catch pan as I start accelerating down the track. I got it in third gear, and the plug, there's a rubber plug that goes in the back of the Honda motor, blew out, and it blew oil and debris all over the back of my motor. So I oiled the entire track down like an hour into racing on race week. I felt so bad. Matt Frost, who runs race week, came over and actually gave me a stern talking to. I didn't know all that water got up in my catch pan, but it was, so you're the reason. Jamie mentions to everyone, enjoy their catch pans after. Yes, that is why. Yep, it got full of water. So you're saying I got to get my Morgan? Yeah, I would say so. Garrett. Yeah, Garrett Lance, what up, man? I'll give you a shout out. What's up? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Let's see what you sent me there. Big Back Industries. What do you? Oh, polishing and wheel cleaning. Dude, Big Back Industries. Hell yeah. Thanks for watching. Travis's wedding, September 6th. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, not a bummer he's getting married, but bummer it's on that same day. But, that gives some other guys in the pro class opportunities, if they're not going to be there. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but oops, sorry, I dropped that. What are they doing a prize for points? I haven't talked to Brent or Jamie yet, but I don't know. Are they doing something for the points championship, like another trophy, or is there another payout or something for the points champion? You guys know? Ralph, you have a 4-wheel dyno if needed in Orange County. Yes, Ralph. Does your 4-wheel dyno do Orange County, Florida, Orlando, Florida? Yeah, I actually need to find someone with a 4-wheel dyno for my car. I'm doing some testing with the viscous coupler on my car by changing the fluids, and I want to know how much power it's putting to the rear versus the front. I haven't heard of anything, but it could be a secret. Yeah, you never know with those guys. It could be a secret. That would be cool if they gave another trophy or a point, something for the points. Bragging rights is cool too. But yeah, I'm going to do some testing with my viscous coupler in my car, and I'm going to start changing fluids in it. And I want to know how much percentage of power it changes and starts transferring to the rear versus the front. All the guys that I know that have all-wheel drive dynos just have a belt that goes from the front to the back. It doesn't separate. I need to find a dyno that separates. Yeah, Jared, I don't know, man. He's got a ticket for FL2K, so he's got to get that car put together and good to go. Need a hub dyno then. Yeah, I need a 4-wheel drive hub dyno. Definitely. Yes, I will have my Chevelle there. Check you for info. Yeah, yeah. Oh, no problem, dude. Cody's a close friend of yours. Right on. That's awesome. Yeah, anytime, dude. Always willing to help guys out. In California. Okay, in California. Yeah, California's not far from me. There's a couple guys here that have hub dynos, but it sucks because I have so many friends with dynos and dyno jets that I normally don't have to pay a whole lot to have my cars dyno tuned. And it when I ask someone to rent their dyno for a few hours and have my tuner log in remotely, and they tell me they want $250 or $300 an hour, it kind of bums me out because it's expensive. Because if we're doing testing and I'm swapping viscous couplers out, we could be there all day, and at $300 an hour or $250 an hour can add up to an expensive day. So, that's where I'm kind of hoping to friend up with somebody and maybe do some cross promotion with them, and I can film it and give their dyno some promo on the channel. And so yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. But if he doesn't make it, he doesn't make it. Yeah. I want to go out. I'm going to Florida in November. I think I'm going in October and November. I'm actually driving. I'm trying to drive. I think I'm going to be driving in the Ultima race. And then I'm going out for SandCars. I just want to go out and see Kyle. He's got a new place. If you guys watch his videos, maybe build him a sand rail. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, these things can get rather expensive. My motor in that car was $26,000. I didn't pay that, but retail on my motor is $26,000. So I want to go out and see Kyle and see the new place. He just broke ground on the shop, so I think I'm trying to get myself and Brent and Tom and a bunch of us to go out there and hang out with Kyle. So I think that would be cool. Free hub dyno for life, then. Yeah, right. At that point, I would just buy a hub dyno. Tim over at Exact Dyno, he has a hub dyno with 4 hub attachments, but I think 2 of his hub attachments are broken, and he's waiting on parts for them, and it's been forever. I think it's really expensive to repair. So if not, I would just do it there because I'm sure Tim would hook it up, but his is broken, so he only has 2 hubs, not 4, that work. What else is going on? What are you guys working on? What kind of projects you guys got going on? Rufus, what up? What up, Brian? Good to see you, brother. Congratulations on your PB at Pueblo. That was friggin' awesome. Are you doing that on a stock transmission, like non-face plated? Is that thing just like a bone stock GSR trans? I forgot to ask you that when we were out there. I know you guys have gone through a lot of stock trannies. Is that thing bone stock? Dual sport dirt bike ride this weekend. Trimming trees. Wash the service bike today. Right on, Phil. I got to wash the Chevelle tomorrow, get the Honda out, get it on the flatbed, and get ready for the cruise night on Saturday. It is stock GSR gears. Okay. Gotcha. But, okay. I'll read between the lines there. That's insane that you guys are going that you guys have gone that fast on stock transmissions. But A lot of guys were going 8s on them back in the day. I just didn't know that they were stock. Absolutely crazy that you guys are doing that. Just shows the potential of the Honda stuff. Jared has the he does have the Colorado record for stock transmission. Jared, are you on a dog box now? Are you still here? Yeah, I think he's still here. Are you on a dog box now? Oh, yeah, you are, because we were talking about the dogs getting messed up. Oh, so yeah, a little bit more work to do there. Like I said, that guy flaked on the bug deal, so that thing's back up for sale. So if you guys know anybody that wants a badass Volkswagen Bug, it's right there. It's for sale. It is very, very fast. Yeah, turn on that way. There you go. You can see the back of it now. Big turbo. I think if Kirsty's still in here, she rode in it. It's fast. It will definitely shake you up a little bit. What's very fast? The car went 904 at 154. It makes 532 horsepower to the tire. So it's almost an 8-second car. It only weighs like 1,200 pounds. It is stupid fast. It is on nitrous, and no one has ever pushed the button. The builder never pushed it. I've never pushed it. It doesn't need it. I would imagine that if somebody pushes it, I don't even know. It's jetted at 100 right now. So what is the same motor in the RFR in that pick you have? Or did it? No, it had a Honda V6 in it. Surprise Rafa with that thing. Yeah, right? Show up in my other car. That would be interesting. Dougster, what up? It is an import. That's right. Yep. I would definitely have to check the elevation stuff up there and do some tuning on it because it is carbureted. Starting your way back. Oh, nice. Take you about a month or so to get back. Yeah, October's coming up fast, buddy. I see you've been out having a good time, though. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to talk to Jamie about what class that car would fit into. It does not have an H pattern shifter in it, but it is not a sequential. It's called it's a gated shifter. So you pull the handle, push forward for first, and then let go of the handle, pull for second, push for third, pull for fourth. It's just straight forward and backwards, but it is not sequential. Right on, Brian. You're awesome, bro. I appreciate everything you do. Put some 99s in there. Yeah, right? What up? What up? Sponsored by Artec. Yeah. Yeah, still haven't got drywall done yet, but front wheel cylinder for a Lady Dragster Super Beetle. Or Lady Dragster Super Beetle. Master cylinder out to 3 liters. Just turned out. Shoes. Heck yeah. So I don't know what class that thing would fall under. I've tried to enter some Volkswagen races, and there's a cool, like a turbo street class, but they won't let me race in it because it has a gated shifter. Is moving still in the works. It all depends on what my company does. My company got sold, and it got split into 3 different entities, and it all depends. Again, it's not up to me. It's up to my company. we will figure out what happens at the end of the year. Yeah, still up in the air. Not quite sure what's going to go on with that yet. I am signing a retention contract to stay for a year. They're paying me a retention bonus after the sale to stay for 1 year. But also after that year, they can also reduce my salary as well. They're only guaranteeing me my salary and everything for 1 year. I don't think they'll change it. I think everything's going to go as planned. But I just have to see from what departments end up over here on my side. And what I call my side of my company is what the division that I do in my company is getting split off into its own entity and its own stand-up company. So it depends on who comes over from the other departments over here as to whether or not I will stay in Arizona or transfer out of the market. There's, I don't know, whatever, it's YouTube. They can watch if they want. There's some people that I just can't stand to work with in my department. And I'll have to move if they stay. Let's put it that way. I don't think they're staying. I think they're going to the other side. But, it is what it is. You don't have to be friends with everybody. I try. So there are open spots in Colorado. There are open spots in California. Yes, they stress me out. It's just no common sense. I've been in this industry and in this career for, I'm going to age myself, but I've been doing this for 30 years. So I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this a long time. I'm in the cellular industry. I work on cell sites for a living. That's just to put it basically. I do way more intricate stuff than work on cell sites. Yeah, it's not even smart, man. It's just common sense, Common sense tells you trust the guys that have been doing this for 30 years, and they've been. I don't know. It is what it is. You know how it goes. It's the same everywhere, though. This whole industry's that way. But I've been looking to get out of it for a long time, but it pays the bills, so I got to do what I got to do. I do like it. I do love the industry, and for many, many, many years, I have loved my job. And yeah, it's like that everywhere. Yeah, I talk to other people. I used to really, really love my job and love what I did. I never, in this industry, when I would go to work, so I don't know. Oh yeah, who cares? Okay. Sorry, I had to close something out of the screen there. When I was a kid, I was like into like walkie-talkies and I don't call it dorky or whatever, but I was into like communications and CB radios and stuff like that. I thought it was fascinating, and that's what actually started my love for telecommunications. And then I got into the industry, and then moved into cellular and a cup and string. You got it, dude. You got it. So I always felt that I would be a better technician. Anybody would be better at their job if you understood what you were doing and why you were doing it, right? So if something goes wrong with a cell site, I want to know what's wrong with it and what it's doing and what's causing it to do that. It made me a better technician. And yeah, definitely, dude. I'll be there for Halloween weekend. Come on down and say hi. I'd love it. So I was just fascinated by it. And I think, having a love for that. Yeah, reverse engineer it to better understand. Yeah, exactly. That was always my take on the industry. So there's nothing. The only thing that I have not done in the cellular industry is climb towers. I've done everything else. And I mean, and not worked in a store and sold phones. But when it comes to building a cell site, I've done everything else except climb towers. I can make antenna cables, do the power. I can integrate. I can call test. And that's kind of what I still do now. Dune buggy with the shot. new shop going to be opening in 2025 called Blitz Garage. Oh, cool. That's awesome, man. Where are you opening at? That's right. That's right, Silent, for sure. How do you get free service? Brian, we'll talk when I see you. Out of Corona, you're opening a shop out of Corona. That's awesome. I was out of Lake Elsinore for many, many years and Huntington Beach. Yeah, that way if it breaks, you know how to fix it. The people that run this industry now don't know the things that I know, and they manage it weird. It's just their own style of management by not knowing what it is we do. It's just the weirdest thing. But anyways, let's move on from that. I've been in the industry 30 years, and I used to really love it. I still like my job, don't get me wrong. On both sides, hell yeah. I love the industry, and maybe I just care a little too much, a little more than most people. But anyways, you lived in Elsinore on both sides. Yeah, I was Grand and Cordon area back in Reflections, back over there. And I also lived on both sides. I lived in Sedco Hills originally too, over in the gangster side of town. Oh, would that be the east side? Is that the east side, babe, or the west side? I don't know. Sedco Hills for life. Heck yeah. So again, guys, if you're just joining and you're in the Arizona area, come out Saturday night. I don't know. Can you guys see that straight, or is it backwards? Oh, Cody, I'm sure you'll be able to keep up, man. Saturday night from 4 to 8, Farmer Boys grand opening. And there's if you guys do have a classic car, there are prizes for the top 3 cars. $200 gift card for first, $100 for second, and $50 for third. No, I haven't seen anything yet. I haven't gotten any notifications either. I have. Excuse me. I was watching. Kyle from 1320 had mentioned something about it, and excuse me. I haven't seen anything yet. I haven't really looked into the rules and what they're violating people for. I'm not sure. I don't even know what the new restrictions are. I heard it was something to do with automotive and modifying cars, but I don't do a whole lot of that. I build custom, completely one-off, non-smoggable stuff. So I don't know if it's that or not, but I'll definitely check that out. I heard some guys were getting demonetized and banned, not just having some videos removed. So I don't know. I'll have to look into that, but I did see something about it. I haven't read the big thread. I just saw he posted a little video and I watched it. Oh, yeah. Well, dude, there's a guy, I don't know if you guys watch him or not. There's a kid out of New York or New Jersey. He's got a twin turbo F-150. Oh, God, what the hell's the name of his channel? I forget. But that dude is straight up just going out and street racing. Like, they're filming it all. They're meeting in a parking lot. They're going out and roll racing on the freeway. I don't know how do you not get burned for that? I mean, it's literally shows you racing on the street. Like, you're incriminating yourself immediately. I don't know how that dude does not get burned or banned or demonetized or what. But it's not like the 1320 stuff where they're getting in a car with somebody else. This dude is putting out his own videos of him doing it. Like, I don't get it. Yeah, I have watched some of the license videos. Those guys are out of freaking control. Those guys are out of New Jersey or New York as well. And I have watched some of the license videos. Those guys bomb through traffic on the freeway at 100 miles an hour, zipping in and out. Um, yeah, all of a sudden it's a closed course or Mexico. Yeah. Um, they've been burning people on TV and video and stuff for this for years. If you guys ever watched the uh, the old MTV documentary, True Life, I'm a Street Racer, um, those are a bunch of my old friends and customers. Eugene from Pro Street Import, he was actually on probation and had a suspended license and went on MTV and street raced. They filmed the documentary, and someone sent the video to his probation officer, and the police came to his house after they aired the episode, and I think he did like a year in jail for violating his probation. He had a suspended driver's license, and he was on probation for street racing. And he just straight up incriminated himself. All those guys did. Greg Leone, a bunch of them were on there. They all got in trouble for it. Fortunately, we didn't get invited to that night because we had a faster car than everybody else, and I think they knew better. That's what I'm saying. You should host some classic cars shows this fall. Yeah, I'm going to try to do some more stuff with the guys from Farmer Boys. They just recently opened 3 new restaurants out here, so we're going to try to do some more stuff with them, and I think that would be cool. Oh, the car counts would be insane. Nate, I was drag racing with NHRA Sport Compact, and I literally in 12 months watched the decline go straight wall. So we were at the NHRA World Finals in Las Vegas, and go figure, they do the NHRA World Finals in Las Vegas in July. They give the imports July in Las Vegas. You want to talk about effing hot? Track temps of 155, 175 degrees. Absolutely insane. Insane to do a tune-up on a car. Just rough. But anyways, those were televised actually. So you'd have you get there Friday. You have qualifying on Saturday, and then the show's on Sunday. And if you make it into the show, then you're on TV. And that was the first year we went. We made it into the first round. We made it on TV. It was really, really cool. I had an awesome experience. And the stands were absolutely jam-packed. I mean, assholes and elbows. It was packed. And then I don't know what happened. Within 12 months, we went to the next World Finals in Las Vegas, and there was 30 people in the stands. I could not believe it. They weren't televising it anymore. And then that was the same year that NHRA brought in drifting to the World Finals. So the 30 people that were in the stands, when we were starting to drag race, as soon as they heard drifting going on the other side, they all left, and we raced we were racing in empty stands. There was no spectators at all. And I think that was the knife that killed it. I really, really loved the NOPI, or not NOPI, but the NHRA Powerade or whatever it was series. Those guys, they showed us a lot of love, and I really appreciated that as being the underdogs. We actually got invited to an actual NHRA event at Pomona, and they let us make exhibition passes in between the big Top Fuel dragster races. It was really, really cool. So we got to make passes in our car in front of like 200,000 people one year. It was really, really cool. And then Wally Parks passed away. Wally Parks actually believed, I watched a thing with him, and he honestly believed that sport compact drag racing was going to be the future of the NHRA. And I think if Wally Parks would not have died, the Sport Compact Series. I believe that if Wally Parks would not have passed away, he would have made that happen. That Sport Compact drag racing would have been the next big thing, 100%. But once he died, if I was older than 27, you'd remember that. Yeah. When Wally Parks, the founder of the NHRA, passed away, the people that run it immediately pulled the plug on Sport Compact drag racing. It was over. Yep. So Jared, Tom, and all the Bergenholtz guys, they all. That's how I know all those guys. We all raced. Um, it was a lot of fun. I love doing Pomona, and it's cool. And that's one of the reasons why I was so upset when Bandimere closed. Bandimere reminded me a lot of Pomona, being an NHRA certified track and somewhere where top. We got to race where somewhere where top fuel dragsters raced, and I thought that was the coolest thing since sliced bread. So when I started racing with you guys and we were going to Bandimere, it reminded me of Pomona all over again. It was really, really awesome. Shea Bella got her first 10-second pass at Bandimere on the mountain on my birthday 3 or 4 years ago. Got her first 9-second pass in Pueblo at Speedfest last year. And hopefully we'll get her first 8-second pass. You lining me up. Hell yeah. Brian, I appreciate that so much. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be me and you in the finals this time. So I don't know who's going to line us up. Hopefully I get my first 8-second pass or low 9-second pass. Yep, Lisa, Kenny, Steph, Kenny Tran, Steph Papadakis, all those guys. Yep. Vietnam. So Lisa Kubo, got a great story with her. We were at Carlsbad testing, and her and Gary were out there on Gary's birthday, and we got to hang out with Lisa. She ran her first 10-second pass ever in that green Civic hatchback at Carlsbad on Gary's birthday, and we were there for that. We got to celebrate with them. It was really cool. Lisa's a good chick, man. I really like her. She's remembered me after all these years, remembers my wife. Like, it's crazy. I got some really, really old photos of her at Carlsbad. Steph Papadakis used to own a shop called Honda Pro with Vietnam. They were in Garden Grove or Westminster, one of those two cities. Yes, babe, that was a great memory. Let's see. Yeah, Terminal Island was fun too. Yeah, it was awesome because, they were innovating. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Tom was the first one to put wheelie bars on a Civic, and he put it on the Bergenholtz car, and they didn't want to put them on. They actually got in a fight over it. And yeah, I would love to see her car too. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to hit her up. I don't know what's going on with her car. I know it got stripped down and a bunch of body work got done, and it's together. But I know she moved to Florida to be closer to the car, and all those, I think the Puerto Rican guys and Chupa and all those guys, I think they're helping her out. But I don't know where the progress of that car is at. She's definitely a hell of a driver. God, I'd love to see her come to a Speedfest. That would be rad. And I know Brent talks to her all the time too. Not all the time, but he does talk to her once in a while. What else, guys? What else is going on? Mitch, yeah. I got to get up there and fix my PFI flag over there. It flapped around some conduit. I'll have to climb up there one of these days. So, yeah, I have this cruise night this weekend, and then after that, that's going to go over to the big shop at San Lamo, and then I'll get my Honda on the lift, and we'll get started working on that. I need to go buy some 3-inch piping. I need to change my wastegate because the wastegate is too small for the turbo we're putting on there. It will definitely creep if I don't. Yeah, Lisa's good people, dude. It's funny because the first time I ever met Todd was during race week. We were at Bandimere, and I had my San Lamo. I was driving that when I took it on race week, and I had met Todd. Brent introduced me to Todd, and we got to talking, and he asked me how I knew Brent, and I told him that I used to race NHRA Sport Compact and that whole thing, and I knew Lisa Kubo and all those people, and he's like, it was funny because Todd was like, oh, well, she's my friend. I know her. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then apparently Todd had called her afterwards and checked on me to see if I knew her. And Lisa hit me up like 2 days later, and she's like, "Hey, I heard you met my friend Todd. He called me to check to see if you were full of shit or not." I thought that was pretty funny. But friggin' Todd. Yep, I've known her a very, very long time. Hung out with her a lot at the track. Her and Leslie Durst, she had a purple all-motor CRX that Bubba built, and then she went on to race for Scion, I think, in the all-motor class. We used to pit next to them all the time. Oh, so what else is going on? We'll talk about more. Let me look at the comments here. So many comments. I got to slow them down. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. That helps. Helps the stream. There, I'll hit it a few times. Let's see. All right, that's a great question, dude. Really great question. The first thing I consider is how do you drive? How do you drive the car, and what do you want from the car? What motor's in it? What transmission is in it? 0506 SCU. What model is it? Is it a big bro, a little bro? I need more info. I can tell you this. If it's an SCU and it's got a V6 in it, leave it alone. Don't put an LS motor in it. It'll changes the geometry of the car. Those V6 cars were designed for V6s. It makes them rear heavy. It's just, if you want a V8 car, I'd sell it and buy a V8 car. But if it does have like a Honda V6, you can always turbo it, make it faster. But you just don't want to add any extra weight. All the geometry is set up for that. Those SCUs were designed for those motors. It's funny, I was with the guys from Farmer Boys today, and he has an SCU. And we were just having the same conversation because he originally was going to put a LS in it. Maybe it was an SU, not an SCU. It's got an LS with a 2D. Okay. So what do you want out of the car? It's 930s. I mean, if it runs good and drives good, I'd leave it alone. Don't change it. Don't fix it if it ain't broken. If you want more power, I would change the transmission. I'd put an S4 in it, at least, something sequential. The 2D will hold 500-ish horsepower, depending on how you drive. I think they're only rated for 350 or 400, but I know a lot of guys that make 500 naturally aspirated, and they hold pretty good. If you drive like a complete jerk off and you're clutching the thing all the time, you're going to probably need to go through the transmission every season. I know some guys that had some pretty heavy cars with 2Ds in them, and they would go through a ring and pinion once a season. That gets really pricey these days with the tariffs and all that stuff, the parts coming in. And I believe that all the Weddle and Mendiola stuff's now made in Australia. So I think there's going to be some tariffs on the way if they're not here already. I think 20% is what I heard. And the price of a Mindy going up another 20%. That puts a 2D at $12,000. That puts an S4 at over 20. So make it work. My phone keeps going crazy here, guys. Sorry. Got a bunch of messages here. Let me clear this out. So yeah, we're going to be working on the Honda next week, trying to get that thing dialed in and get some more horsepower out the back. Definitely need it. the way I leave on Rafa, if I had power out the back, he never would have caught me. That's 2 times. And if I would have beat him then and now, I would be number 1 in points. So, not that I have anything against Rafa. He's a great dude. I love racing against him, but I really want to beat him. These number 2s are really, really cool. But it'd be really nice if that was a number 1. Oh, that one's from... Yeah, this is the new one. Dude, the guy who made these trophies, the paint on these things is so sick. It's like candy. You guys can't see the camera, but dude, I'm so like, look at the difference in trophies. So this is from 07. This is a IDRC, West Coast Nationals at LA County Raceway. That's what the trophies were like in 07 for drag racing. A little bit of a difference. But still one that I cherish. I built the car, made it to the semis, and made a little money on that deal. I think that was in 07. I think it was the last race at LACR ever before it got shut down. Told y'all. Yeah. Now, see, Brian, you've got the power to dude, your car was on a pass. I've watched Brent's videos up. I watched it, and I watched her pass it, against Rafa like 4 or 5 times. Dude, you were right there, man. That was I don't know what it looked like in the car on the big end, but I do not underestimate you. That's for sure. That is for sure. Your car is fast. What else, boys? What else is going on? What kind of questions you guys got for me? What time is it? Shit, it ain't even 8 o'clock yet. I'm going to post this again. Laney Wilson. All right. Let's see here. Let me find this picture. There we go. Love now. Hang on, live. LIVE. Why would that not paste? All right. Well, sleeping on the tree, he had me by 1.5 cars. Oh, man. That's weird. I must be his kryptonite because he sleeps against me every time. Every time. Let me hit this. Share. Copy link. 2, 3. Boom. Return. Paste. Post. There we go. All out of your drink. Need me to bring you a beer? No, I'm good, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. So if you guys watch my videos, Cody's the guy that I just did the red RFR car for, the Honda V6 Will It Run video. And that guy brought this trailer over here that was an X, like not a toy hauler, but like a camp trailer. And it was just cut down to a flatbed. And when he loaded that thing on the trailer, I wish I could have got him. Dude, that was gangster. He rolled right up that trailer, right over the tires. Just stopped it perfect. Like It was meant to be, dude. It was so fucking funny. It was awesome. I totally missed it, but I was like looking at it, pretty crazy. Biffle's got his car back in South Carolina or North Carolina. I think he's in South Carolina. They'll be tearing that thing down, or if they haven't already. That should be an interesting deal to see what was wrong with it. It was making a knocking sound, but I think the flywheel might have been loose. I don't know. And if the flywheel was loose, then that thing's going to need a crank. So who knows? But sucks. Cletus's car is, man, that thing should be done by now. I'm going to check with Cords this week and see when I'm getting it back. I should have it back after they tune it. And then I've got to do a couple more things to it and get it ready for October. Putting a new shifter in it, some cables. So I'm going to be really, really busy from now until October after this car show. It's going to get real busy. Just getting quiet in here, boys and girls. Getting quiet in here. The trailer is cool, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, that was crazy when you rolled right up on that thing, Mike. Give some feedback on this. What made you get into Hondas? That's a great question, too. Mike, some feedback on the Speed UTV. I love it. I absolutely love that car. Does it have a few motor? Were you really? You want to be on?
No.
Oh, okay. Why not, Cheekies? So,
No.
I drove one, and it performed flawlessly. I know that they had some motor issues. Some guys have had some issues with, and so I work at a shop where we repair side-by-sides, and they all break no matter what, regardless of what anybody thinks about a speed car or what anyone said or what the manufacturers said, something's going to break. I don't care who built it, what it is. I don't care if it's $1 million car. When you're out there beating on it like we do in the dunes, you're going to break something. It's just the nature of what we do. So I took one out and I beat the ever-loving shit out of it. I tried to break it and I couldn't. The suspension is dialed. The arms are stout. The front differential is massive. Like, Robbie really took his time. I don't want to say take his time, because don't get me wrong, he took his time. He had some issues. But he took the designs of like his Drakkart car. It's like a miniature version of it. The car's completely modular. It comes apart. Front clip comes off, rear clip comes off, and there's a center section. I've looked at the wiring harnesses. They're damn near mil spec. Like, they're good cars. They're really, really good cars. Build quality wise, they're stout. And, I don't own ones. I've seen a couple guys have had some motor issues. There are some issues that Robbie's worked out. What I can tell you is that we are a Speed parts dealer at Glamis. We're the only people that have Speed parts in Glamis. And I've seen Robbie go above and beyond and out of his way to help customers that are broken. Somebody needed a belt. We had it in stock. Robbie calls me. Hey, Harvey, just give the guy the belt. We'll take care of it. Hey, man, no problem. Hey, just give the guy this. They're having issues with the exhaust downpipe. It vibrates and it cracks at the TIG weld. So we have brand new ones. And what up, Brent? We have brand new ones that we can sell. And then we have some that we have Brandon TIG, and he makes 3 or 4 passes on them. And it's just the downpipe at the flange at the turbo. It vibrates and breaks. I've seen Robbie give more of those away than I mean, it's crazy. the stuff that I've seen that guy go out of his way. He's driven to Glamis to deliver parts. I own an El Diablo. Working on tuning. I'm making air temp problems. Get that fixed, I'll be set. I did a Hollander exhaust. Nice. Garrett. Yo, Garrett here. What made me start a YouTube channel? Garrett, that's a really good question. I've had a YouTube channel for, I don't know, I think I started it in 2016. I just never really did anything with it. If I'm going to be totally honest with you, I was inspired by Kyle from the Boosted Boys, Brent from PFI Speed. That they came out to Glamis, and I met Cletus and Brent. I already knew Brent sort of like in a roundabout way. We had drag raced together, but they were all filming out there, and it inspired me. Those guys saw what I was doing out at Glamis Fab, and Brent was like, dude, you should be filming all this stuff. So they inspired me to start a channel about what I do in Glamis. And then, all the crazy thing is like all the dumb stuff you see on YouTube, like guys crashing into each other and doing dumb shit with cars. I did all that when we were kids. We just never filmed it because we thought we'd get in trouble. So, now that I see people film it, I'm like, shit, I should have been filming this stuff 20 years ago. I have some old street racing videos that I filmed, like a 1320 style street racing video stuff I did way back in the days. I had a little Hi8 camera. I used to put it to music, and I should have started a YouTube channel back when you had your YouTube started. Yeah, people were like, you should start a YouTube channel, and back when it first started. And I think please post that. I will. You know what? I will post that video. It's old. I still have it. I'll have to digitize it, but I can definitely post it. Is Cletus going out for Halloween? No, I don't think so. He'll be out sometime either before or after that. I don't know what the dates are, but they'll be out sometime in October. So the YouTube, I think their slogan was broadcast yourself. And I'm like, what idiot's going to want to broadcast themselves on YouTube? Little did I know, stupid me. I should have done it 20 years ago. So yeah, that's why I started a channel. I was inspired by Brent and Kyle to start a channel. That's actually how I kind of got into it. I was watching YouTube one day, and I was looking up old Honda stuff. And I found Kyle putting in his garage, and they were putting a single cam. They were putting a turbo on a single cam, and they had just lifted the head on it, blew the head gasket in like 5 minutes or something. And I was like, Kyle was young. He had braces. And I was like, dude, this guy's doing exactly how I started. Like, that's how I got into Hondas. I was doing the same thing. So it interested me. And that's when I started following Kyle on YouTube and just watching his videos. And then it trickled into PFI, and that's how I kind of got to know those guys. They came out to Glamis. I got to meet them. They're all cool. We all vibed and got along good, and the rest is history. Let's see. What was the other question? What made me get into Hondas? Dude, that's a good question. Those did. Owning those made me get into Hondas. So back in the early 90s, I was a big Volkswagen guy. I was big street racer, big motors, big nitrous motors. The problem is you can't run a heater in that car when you got a big nitrous motor and big headers. The way a heater works in a Volkswagen is it uses the exhaust heat. It's called a heater box, and the heater tube goes through the middle of the heater box, and it heats up like this ceramic material in there, and then air from the fan shroud blows across it and blows it into the car. I lived in Huntington Beach, and at the time, my girlfriend went to UC Santa Barbara, and I was driving my Bug to UC Santa Barbara down PCH, or down your CRX, yeah. I was driving down the 101 freezing my ass off, like cold, going, why do I own a stupid car like this? Like, I have zero amenities. So I was in a car club, and a friend of mine that was in another car club that was nearby, he bought a, what up, DJ? He bought a 90, I think it was an EF four-door coupe. It's not an EF, but it's, that body style, 90. I think he bought a 90 EX, and he had put an intake on it, and I want to say they put a bullfrog cam in it or whatever, and he took me for a ride in it, and it was pretty fast. I was like, wow. And he had air conditioning, a sunroof, a heater, and a stereo. And the car was decently fast. I mean, would it keep up with my Bug in a quarter mile? No. But could we get there? Probably. And I was like, dude, I did say a four-door coupe. I'm sorry, brother. It's an EF. Andrea, what's up, girl? So was my friend Ken. Now, maybe he had a hatchback. I think he had a hatchback. Well, whatever. But he had a sunroof. It was an SI. He had a sunroof, a heater, and he had air conditioning. And the car was decently fast. And a light bulb went off in my head. Dude, we can do something with these. We can make them faster. So we started going to the junkyards, finding wreck ones, pulling cylinder heads off, trying to port them ourselves. The guy, Bill Good from Good Performance Bullfrog, was making camshafts. And that, it just kind of trickled from there. My love for Hondas came out of a necessity for amenities. I had a four-door GSR that was turbo, that had power steering, cruise control, a sunroof, and air conditioning, and made 500 horsepower. So back then, it was a 90, I don't know, I had a four-door Integra. I don't remember what year it was. Maybe it was a 94. But in 95 or 96, I was making 500 horsepower with full amenities and air conditioning. That was pretty unheard of. And it still had cruise control. It was really cool to hear the turbo spool up when you leave it in fifth gear with the cruise control on. So necessity for amenities is what got me into Hondas. And then now to make them go real fast, you take all that shit out of them. So you can definitely build a 500 horsepower Honda and not ditch any of the amenities. You don't have to. You can make it. Definitely make that. What else? So Garrett, yeah, that's what inspired me to start a YouTube channel, was Brent and Kyle, and meeting Cletus that same weekend. And it's weird because I was really timid at first when I would hang out with those guys. I would never film around them because to me, that's their business, right? That's their niche and what they do. And Glamis Fab is my niche and what I do. So I was really, really timid to film around them. And then they came to me and told me, hey, why aren't you filming this? You should be filming this. You have a channel. And well, because I'm in your shop and filming stuff that you're doing, but I'm bringing it to a different audience, right? So Heidi's actually the one that kind of broke me out of my shell with that because, I was always timid to film around you guys. And I'm giving them, my viewers, a perspective of what I'm doing at your shop or at your events. And your viewers are looking at me being at your shop from your eyes, so it's a completely yin and yang type of situation. And I was then, it brings their viewers to me, my viewers to them. There's a big crossover there. So it just helps everybody out. And I love the collaboration stuff and how much they've, accepted me with open arms. So I love those guys to death. I'd do anything for them. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So yeah, they're greatest people. I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of hate on the internet. A lot of people hate Cletus. That guy has been nothing but cool to me from the day I met him. Never been a dick, never been like, oh, I'm Cletus McFarland, so who the hell are you? Nothing like that. That guy's been like up and up. I mean, it's just legit. Really nice guy. I joined late. Is the Saturday event still on? Yes, it is. 4 to 8, Saturday. Prizes for the top 3 cars. we'll be out there. Come out and say hi. You don't have to have a classic car to come out. And yeah, it's cool. So yeah, that's what. Let's see here. I saw you with hardware. Is that correct? A Dune guy whipping up. Yeah, check it out. Dune guy doing work in his import. Yeah, I'm an import drag racer. That's for sure. How long have I known Joe Fab? Geez, since I bought a San Limo. I bought a San Limo, and then somebody with my Dune group at that time told me that Joe Fab that owned San Limo had a shop in Glamis. And so I went down and showed him my car, and we got to talking, and became friends. And then I've told this story on a live before, but probably some different people in here. I'll tell it again. I was sitting at Glamis Fab one day. He was looking at my car to quote me for a dash and a hood, and I was doing all kinds of work, having him do some work to it. And we were just hanging out, bullshitting. It was kind of slow at the shop. Has it been 12 years? Yeah, it's been 12 years. And a car came in, a brand new Funko came in, and the fans weren't working. And they brought it to Joe for him to fix the fans. And he said, I don't know electrical. I don't do electrical here. And he was going to send them away. And I went, whoa, stop. What are you doing? That's what I specialize in. I do wiring and electrical. And within 5 minutes, I had the fans in the guy's car working. And I pulled the side panel off, and he was having a problem with a relay. So I jumped the relay so the fans would stay on all the time. And then, the car was still basically under warranty from Funko. So I said, this will get you through the weekend, and you can take it back to Funko, and they'll fix it, properly. Bobby, what up, man? I appreciate that. Cheers. Thank you. So Joe looked at me right then and there, and he goes, dude, do you want a job? Do you want to work here? And I was like, I don't know. Do I guess so. But it's not, when you're at Glamis Fab, it's not like you work for Joe, right? Like, we're just buddies, and we're out there just doing a job and just having fun. It's not a job out there. It's not, you know what I mean? They say if you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And sorry, I'm plugging my flashlight in so it charges. It's not. We just have like a really good relationship. All the guys Wedo works there, I work there, Dave works there, and Joe works there, and Brandon. There's 5 of us. And it's taken, I think we've had the same crew now for the last 4 years or 5 years, but it took us 6 years to get there. We ran through quite a few people, and at Glamis, we're always, you work in close quarters with somebody. You're there for 72 hours or a week long, and you're in close quarters with people. So you got to get along with those people. And all 5 of us have different attitudes. So we always go into Glamis with a smile on our face, and hey, we're out here to have a good time. We have fun. We cap on each other. We mess with each other, and it's always a good time out there. So I don't ever feel like I work for Joe. I work at Glamis Fab, and I work with Joe. I never feel like I work for him. We don't have an employer-employee relationship, and he doesn't do that with any of the guys. We're all just kind of on the same level, which is really cool. That's what makes it fun to go out there. It's not like, fuck, man, I have to go to work tomorrow. It's like, I'm excited to go hang out with my buddies and fix some cool shit. That's really what it's about for me and for the other guys that work there as well. Brandon is a production welder for a living, but he loves coming out to Glamis and fixing cool shit. And then I look at all the things that Glamis has gotten me, all the people I've met, all the celebrities I've met, all the opportunities I've gotten because of Glamis. It helped my power steering business tremendously. Like, it's helped my side business with wiring. So yes, you're right. Everybody brings something to the table. I specialize in wiring. Brandon's a production welder. Wedo is an all-around mechanic. That dude will do anything. He don't care. Nothing scares that dude. Can I make my golf cart a dune buggy? Absolutely, dude. There's a bunch of them out there. We'll put a 2-stroke motor in that thing and put some paddle tires on it and make it rip. We'll put a street bike motor in it. There's a bunch of those. Wedo's an all-around mechanic. He's not afraid of nothing. He'll tear anything apart. Dave's the counter guy and loves to come out and lend a hand. Dave's pretty mechanical as well. And Joe just knows everything. Dude, except electrical. Joe did wire his first SandCar he ever built, and the first time out, it caught on fire. He was humble enough to tell me that he caught his own car on fire, which was cool. So now I wire his cars. Wayne from Rockford Fosgate used to wire all the San Limos, but he is extremely busy with his son's motocross racing, so I've kind of taken over that spot for a while, and I've been wiring the cars. I think Wayne's going to be back eventually. As soon as his son figures out girls, I think he'll get out of motocross, and then we'll get Wayne back, and he'll be wiring cars for us again. We're kind of in a pinch right now. There's 3 or 4 cars over there that got to be wired, and I've got to do them all. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, the money's great, but it's a lot of work. So, in the peak of San Limo before the 06 crash, I think Joe was turning out 5 or 6 cars a month. My buddy duned a squatted lawnmower. Of course you can make a golf cart a dune buggy. Heck yeah, dude. Garrett, that's a great question. Ooh. No, they never found the guys that stole my truck. Unfortunately, no. And Bobby, I'll tell you a stupid story. So I know why I have a 6.7 now, and it broke on the way home twice. And I know why it did it. So Aaron, who races with our events, they call him Aaron, he bought my truck, and he was parked right next to me at the PFI event. And he said, "Hey, bro, can you take a look at your old truck? The running lights aren't working." So I went over there and looked at it, poked around a couple fuses, and I think my new truck got pissed off that I was looking at my old truck, and my new truck said, "Fuck you," and broke. Let's see. So back to the all-time favorite motor for a San Limo and why. Okay, so there's going to be a couple answers to that. So it depends on what chassis. It depends on what the car's built for. Like Joe had a single-seater, and he had a turbo Ecotec in there, a turbo nitrous Ecotec. That would be my favorite motor for that car. I've done a lot of turbo Honda V6 stuff in San Limos. She's a jealous girl, yep. I've done a lot of turbo Honda V6s, but if you have a big car like mine, a monster cruiser or a cruiser, I would have to, like, the nicest combination would be a LS and a 2D, or an LS and a sequential. There's just something about having all that torque and how light the cars are, and they just run forever. Another question people ask is why are there not a lot of SandCars with like Ford motors and stuff like that? It's just because they're not that common. I have seen a couple of guys that are doing Hellcat motors, I heard, is going in a guy's SandCar. And another guy is doing a Coyote motor. Reason we don't recommend those, and we kind of stick with LS and Honda, is because of the availability. The availability of parts. Need a coil pack for an LS, you can get it at O'Reilly's. Need a coil pack for a Honda, an injector, anything like that. That's off the shelf. You can get it right at AutoZone or O'Reilly's, which is in Brawley, right down the street from the shop, or 30 miles away. And we carry a lot of that stuff. What's that say? Solid. It's funny. I started sand drags, and then I started dealing with street stuff, I could make things hook on the dirt and translate it to the street. Yeah, most definitely. Which LS motor is my favorite? Hmm. I'm going to say mine right now. Um, Mine's a 440 cubic inch LSX, and it should make close to 700 on E85. It made almost 600 on pump gas, just under 600. But right now, that's my favorite LS motor is mine. There's a new car. I'll be filming it tomorrow. It'll be in my next video. It's my friend Ricky's car that we're building at San Lamo. I'm wiring it. Joe built the damn thing. It's got a Alper 416 in it. It's a 416 cubic inch blower motor. That thing should make 650-ish on moderate boost. It's got an S4D, and it is going to be it's a two-seater, and it is going to be one badass car. That car is going to be hard to contend with at the drags, being so light and making that kind of power and torque. It's going to be fast. And I think it's an S5. I think it's got a 5-speed in it. So it'll have that top end. That's getting a Holly and a Switch Pros, and I'm doing all that there. Big block, sheesh. I have seen a couple cars with big blocks. I've seen a few cars with just straight up small block 350s in them. Because the LS adapter plate's the same as a 350. The bolt pattern's the same. So far, I think, honestly, my favorite motor was the motor that was in Cletus's car. I think it's a 416 also with a small Whipple on it. But that thing made like 625. That car is fast, dude. Fast. For a big, heavy car, that thing ripped. It's now getting I think it got the 427 out of Ruby, I think is what went in it. With a new Whipple. I love the VW Bug. It's nice. Charlie, you should buy it. It's for sale. Look on Marketplace. You'll find the ad. Yeah, I definitely have. I've got a video. I got videos with it. Look on my channel. There's some old videos in my car and some pictures. It was silver. Big bug headlights. Not bug headlights, but it had those S10 headlights or Chevy Colorado headlights in it. What time is it? Man, another hour went by. Holy crap, it's 8 o'clock. What else you guys got? If Cody's RFR was yours, would I keep the V6? No. Cody's RFR, I believe, was designed for a Honda motor. I wouldn't put an LS in it. I'd leave it alone. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I think Cody's car might have had an LS in it at one time. Brent, I got an answer for that question. Hold on. You tell me what you think. Yes, I'm going to win the next race, the last race. I think Cody's RFR car might have had an LS in it at one time. There's a lot of room in there. So, dude, I watched your video. I actually I grabbed the clip and I was showing everybody. I watched your video earlier, and dude, there's no way he should have caught me. I left so freaking hard on him. There's just no way that he should have caught me. I'd like a K56 and a SandCar. Yeah, that would be sick. Jared, it's a lot because that thing's heavy. I could barely pick it up. Yeah, I watched the video, dude. I can't believe how far out I was on Rafa. And yeah, I know he did, man. I think he's got a scramble button on that car, and he starts grabbing it as soon as I get out on him. But hey, dude, I got to give it to Rafa, man. That car is fast. There's no way around it. Yeah, Cody, it's pretty big. It's bigger than my friggin' head. Brent, what's the specs on this thing? I don't know what they are. I just know that I stole it off the world's fastest Prelude. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. North Star were common back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, that friggin' thing is huge, dude. It has the same exhaust housing, but as a GT 3202R, the same turbo that's on Shane's car. And I had one of those on my car, and it clears the cylinder head like a piece of paper. It's that close, but it will fit. After this cruise night on Saturday, what size is that turbo? Brent, what's the specs on that Apex? I don't remember. Brent will know. What else? Weight difference is. Oh, someone else had asked about. Oh, what's the specs on the Apex that I got off Mario's car? Somebody was asking what the specs of that turbo is. I've got S13 problems, good problems, electrical issues. What's your opinion on the GM38? The GM38 is actually a pretty good motor. We've had a couple. It's 6270. That GM38 is actually a good SandCar motor. It makes a lot of torque. Yeah, 6270. And because I'm synchro, I can run it. Yeah, that GM38 is a great motor. Makes a lot of torque. It bottles, so it acts like a 72. Right. That should give me everything I need out the back. So, yep. And to be totally transparent, we only had 45 pounds of pressure on the dome. So, could my car have made more boost up there? Maybe. But again, we were creeping on it. So, do I recommend AEM Infinity for an LS? No. If I'm being totally honest, if you're just doing a straight LS, the Holley Terminator is very simple and pretty much plug and play. I have it on my car. I'm a big proponent of Fuel Tech, but I know on the 58X crank with Fuel Tech, they've had a lot of issues. The Holley Terminator X. And I think retail on a Terminator X with a wire harness is under $1,000. And that comes with the wideband, the screen, the ECU, and the wire harness. So if you're going to go LS in a buggy, I'd definitely use the Terminator X. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's boltless. Man, the comments are moving. Cody's RFR. I'm going to go back up here. So yeah, back to that GM38. Those things make a ton of torque. I've got a couple of friends that my buddy Mikey has that motor in his car, and horsepower not that great, but torque made a friggin' ton. Actually, I think it's starting to rain. Hang on, guys. I have to check. Look. Yes, it is. Oh, we're getting our first monsoon rain right now. Pretty cool. First bit of monsoon. Hopefully it'll cool off. Thank God I didn't wash my Chevelle yet. I was about to. Oh, that's good I didn't do it. All right, guys. I got about 15 or 20 minutes left that I can be on. So let's answer some more questions. Oh, cool. Scott Estes, the Estes family's coming. Cool. That's awesome. Do I think you're 94? Oh, God, dude. Lost caught my paid premium and get cut off in the middle. I would not suggest taking a 94 Suburban out in the dunes unless you really, really know what you're doing. Let's leave it at that. You wouldn't need to put paddles on it if you know how to drive in the sand. You can just air down. But 37-inch paddles, you're going to need a lot of power to turn them. So, guys, if you're just joining, don't forget this Saturday from 4 to 8, the grand opening of Farmer Boys. I'm hosting a cruise night there. If you're from Cali, then you obviously know what Farmer Boys is. There's over 100 restaurants in California. There's 3 here now in Arizona. They just opened. This is the grand opening of this one on Val Vista in Gilbert. I actually went there today and had a meeting with the people from Farmer Boys. They reached out to me and asked me to help them with promoting their cruise night and their grand opening, which I thought was really, really cool. There's going to be prizes for the top 3 cars. It's 200 for first, 150 for second, or 100 for second, and 50 for third. And we'll be giving those out in Farmer Boy gift cards. So that's this Saturday, August 16th from 4 to 8. I'll be bringing, excuse me, I'll have 2 cars out there. I'm taking my Chevelle for sure. I think Sherry's going to drive my Chevelle. And then I'm either going to take the Bug or my Honda. More than likely, I'm going to take the Honda because I want to do like an offset of, like I'm bringing a classic car and a newer car. So stay away from Infinity, no support, and quickly. Fuel Tech or Haul Tech? Yeah. So I kind of want to do an offset of like an older car and a newer car, kind of show my diversity. So yeah, I'll be out there. I'll have a booth. I'll have some merch out there. Come say hi. You don't have to buy anything. You can come out and just say hi, hang out, enjoy the cars, and it should be a pretty good turnout. I'll be filming, so I'll put out an episode on the show, on the cruise night. It should be pretty cool. I got a lot going on over the next month. I have 4 cars to wire, including my own, and then finish my hood and dash and stuff. So I got a lot of content coming from San Lamo. There's my car, brand new. There's another brand new car that's being built. Weto's car is off at Powder Coat right now. And then yeah, Fuel Tech's badass, man. Yeah, come out and have some good food. Yeah, it's actually starting to rain. That's pretty cool. It means it'll cool off. Where was I at? Yeah, I got 4 cars to wire. There's 2 brand new cars. Weto's car's at Powder Coat, so I got to wire his car when it's done. Yeah, I'll start up my Honda. I'll throw it on the 2-step. Garrett, my Chevelle has a LS don't know what to call it. It's a truck motor, but it's the truck version of an LS2 or LS3. It's a 6-liter, but it's square port heads, and it was VVTi, and we did the VVT. We did the VVT delete on it. So it's got a Texas Speed cam in it, and it made like 440 horsepower or something like that on a hub dyno. So on a dyno jet, probably closer to 500. It's just a cammed LS. It's on Holly Terminator. It's got a built 4L60 and like a 273 rear gear in it. So it's tall as shit. Car doesn't even do a burnout. Sucks. I do have a new gear set for it back there. I just haven't had time to get it on the lift and get my buddy over here. I'm not good with ring and pinion stuff. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's freaking pouring rain right now. Gnarly. That'll cool off my metal building. How did I get Aaron? Hey, Aaron, what's up, buddy? How you been, man? How did I get involved with hosting the cruise night? The guys from Farmer Boys reached out to me. They follow my YouTube channel, and they are Glamis people. I know them from Glamis. I've done some work on some of their cars, and they reached out to me and asked me if I would help out with hosting a cruise night for one of their new stores out here in Arizona. So I was honored by them asking me and told them, heck yeah, I'd love to do it. They know, they kind of follow my YouTube channel and stuff, so they know I'm into classic cars and sand rails and drag racing and all that stuff. So be looking soon that you might hopefully see that on the side of my Honda pretty soon. That would be awesome. Awesome. Yeah, bring them out. That would be awesome. Holy crap. I don't know if you guys can hear that, dude, but it is pouring down rain. Yeah, Aaron, that's awesome. Can you guys hear that? It's insane. Look outside. Dude, it's pouring. Oh, yeah, we're definitely getting some rain. Loud. Split me, yeah, Brent's on monsoon. Yeah, definitely. It's our first real rain, which is awesome. Rose the guard. Oh, yeah. Open the doors. No, I don't want rain. I don't want water in here. Yeah, you guys can hear it. Yeah, it was loud. One of the downfalls to having a metal building. Oh, there, Brent's back. So, yeah, do it. Definitely. You'll love the torque. I've done a bunch of Baja bugs with J motors in them. Put a J35A4 in it with a fuel tech. That thing will freaking rip. Well, that's cool, Aaron. I definitely appreciate you guys consider coming out for that. That's awesome. Coming all the way from Cali, that would have been cool. I'd have loved to have seen you guys. Yeah, you can hear it. It's gnarly. Maybe I'll stay live with you guys while it pours down rain. It's definitely cooling the temperature off in the shop. So, guys, don't forget this Saturday, 4 to 8, There'll be face painting for the kids. Uh, yeah, definitely. There'll be face painting for the kids. There's music. There's going to be a DJ there playing music for us, and good food. Come on down. Prizes for the top 3 cars, and I think I'll be judging them. So, it'll be pretty awesome. Oh, let's see here. What is that? Share screen. Oh, wow. I didn't know I could do that. I'll have to work on that. So it says I can share screen stuff too. Nah, it's just raining. Just the car, honey, not the DJ. Yeah, I know. They hired a DJ for this event, but I don't think that the guys from Farmer Boys know that I did that for all those years. Yeah, it's cool, man. Garrett, come on out. It'll be awesome. I do. There should be a lot of cars coming. Oh, a little thunder action now. It's probably lightning too. Oh yeah, you guys. Sherry said there's lightning. Yeah, judge the cars, honey, not the DJ. Yeah, I don't think the guys from Farmer Boys know that I was a hip hop and top 40 DJ for all those years. Um, but and it's cool that I'm not doing that too and hosting it because it's kind of a pain in the ass. I want to just host it and go judge the cars and kind of meet some of the fans and meet people, and I think it'd be awesome. So it's a great way to promote my channel and help Farmer Boys at the same time. Dude, Brent's video was awesome. Brent, I want to talk to you too about how are you. I don't know what settings you're using on your phone now, but the screen, it looks so much different. It looks so much clearer. I'll have to hit you up, dude. It looks so bitchin'. I don't know what settings you're using on the iPhone, but it's the quality was insane. Oh, sounds like it stopped. All right. So yeah, if you guys know anybody looking for another B motor, I got one over there for sale. It's a sleeved B16. It's like 15-to-1 compression and a head that's milled all the way down to the indicator. Yep. Nice. That's awesome. I'm glad you got it made. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool, Garrett. Yeah, he's an aluminum polisher. I definitely have some stuff that I might want done, so I will hit you up for sure. Maybe we can do a little collaboration with some polishing. I might want to get those wheels polished on my Bug. So let me show you guys another little clip. So here it is again of me getting my ass kicked. He never should have left on me that hard. Come around me. I was gone. I just did not have enough on the big end. $980 to his 9.1. So like I was saying earlier, after talking with Jamie after that run, we only had 45 pounds of dome pressure on it. And we were kind of just creeping up on, how much pressure, what the car was going to do. So We could have put 100 on it in fourth and third and fourth. Yeah, Brian's car is that thing's fast. Brian's really humble, but his car is really fast. He went a PB out there, and that thing rips. It's scrappy. So this event should be much better. I'm going to get everything knocked out next week, get all the V-band stuff done, get this thing mocked in the car, and get it dialed in. What's my tire setup on my Civic? 24.5 by 8.5 by 15 on all four. Yep, that's what I'm shooting for, Brian. 8s. I want to go 8s in a 2,500-pound street-driven car. That's my goal. And then if I can consistently go 888 90s, 880, 890s, then I want to kind of pay homage to Jamie. He tried to go 8s on race week and be the first Honda to ever do it and make an 8-second pass every day on Rocky Mountain Race Week. And that is what I want to try to do as well. I think it's doable. I think Jamie could have done it, and then he just took his car to the way up to the next level. Is it gnarly out there? Thank you. Definitely, Garrett. I will. Cody, I just do it randomly, man. I don't do it. This day I'm live. Just when I got time. I was out in the shop working on my car, and then I just didn't want to work on it no more. So yours is a street car that don't drive on the streets. Yes, it is. Yeah, Brian, your car has a fuel tank in it still. Is our car on track? Well, small planes still use leaded fuel, no problem. Yeah, I know, right? EPA and Congress for common sense. Yeah, I haven't actually talked to Brent about the EPA stuff and how that's going. I keep hearing that the EPA is going to go away. I see people posting about it, but I don't know how much legitimacy that is or levity there is to that. But DJ, no one accepted my challenge and no one from Arizona showed up. So I still claim I have the fastest Honda in Arizona. And that's all there is to it. Do I have a secret? Yeah, I texted her and I asked her to bring me a water. Because she's in the house and I'm in the shop. That's next for my shop. I need to put a fridge out here. Yeah, no one accepted my challenge. Will from ASM, he started sending me messages and talking about that one time 2 years ago, the first time I ever took my car to the track in Arizona, and he beat me when I had a GT. I had a big turbo. My car was running like 1080, 1090 then. But yeah, I think he said he's gone 920 here. But I think his car weighs 300 fucking pounds. Do I think Joe's VW is going to keep up with the V8 cars? Absolutely not. Not the fact that it's a V8 car, but the fact that it's a beam car. I just don't think his suspension will handle it. How long have I had my Civic? Did I buy it stock? No. My Honda belonged to My Honda belonged to Max Ha from Max Ha Racing. It was actually the world's fastest all-motor car at one time. I think it was the first all-motor car in the 11s. It was H-powered. And my friend Che bought it. Drove it around with the H in it for a while on the street, and then decided he wanted to go K. At the time, I was a K-Series specialist. I was the only person really doing K-swaps when they first came out. So he brought the car to me. We became really, really good friends. They had a little street racing crew in Corona, California, and I became friends with all those guys. I did a lot of their cars. And Che and I became really good friends. And unfortunately, while I was building his car, he passed away in a tragic plane crash. So his family left me the car and left me to build it the way he would want it. So it took me, I don't even know. I've had the car for 15 years. And it honestly took me, this is something that not a lot of people know. And, but the guys from PFI, Jamie and Brent, really inspired me to put that car together. If it wasn't for them, to be totally honest with you guys, that car would be still sitting under a cover, tucked in a corner somewhere, if it wasn't for those guys. Brent, I don't know you're listening. I don't know if you know that or not, but you guys are the ones that inspired me to put that car together. So thank you. Because without you guys, it wouldn't be running right now. I just didn't have the motivation and didn't have the heart to put the car together because it reminded me so much of him and, you know, how hurt I was that he passed away. So now every time I drive the car, I know that he's riding with me. And if it wasn't for Brent and Jamie, it'd still be sitting. So, all right, enough of this sappy shit. So that's how long I've had to sit it. He rides with me. That's right. I talk to him. I talk to him every time I line up. Right before I get up to the line, I ask him to help give me that little push. Get me out of the hole. Steven, how fast? I've gone 967 at 143. The car has way more in it. I'm hoping to crest that 8-second barrier very soon. Low 9s, high 8s is what I'm shooting for. It makes right around, I would imagine, probably 1,000 horsepower. It made just under 800 on 29 pounds of boost. I think I made 770 something on 29 pounds, and usually at the track we're running around 40. So on 30 pounds, I went 980. So on 40 pounds, probably 920-ish is what it would run. I would imagine on a hell run. We're hoping to make more than that. New turbo coming up. And so I was saying earlier in the live, some people had asked me about the car and how much it weighed. It weighs 25.45, depending on what I ate in between rounds. But I can be 2350 in my class, but I don't have the heart to cut that car up. I could literally cut the roll cage out of that car tomorrow and put all the interior back in, and it would be a 100% drivable street car. And that's what he wanted. He wanted a street car that he could drag race and still drive on the street and be comfortable. And I love you too, man. That's what he wanted. So that's how I built the car. The boys bring things back. Yes, they do. And they are definitely then why you short shifted. Dude, I know the in-car, I don't know, man. I was just in my head, but I got it all worked out, dude. We're gonna make it run. Sorry, guys. The comments are a little bit behind the video, man. I don't mean to bring up that sappy stuff, guys, but yeah. The boys bring things back. Yeah. So, like I said, the inspiration, those guys inspire people, dude, like nobody I've ever seen before. It's insane how much just how much drive and inspiration they give to other people. It's really, really cool, man. And I've never really had a group of guys that I raced with. You know, when I was racing NHRA Sport Compact, it wasn't that way. The guy pitting next to you, if you were in the same class as him, would rather stick a knife in your slick than give you a part. To where if I was facing Rafa in the finals and I needed a head gasket 30 minutes beforehand, he'd give me a head gasket, because the guys that we race with, they don't want to win that way. They want to race. And it's insane. You know, guys from other teams will come help you work on your car so you can face their car in the finals in the next round. Like, it's just it was unheard of when I drag raced. Everybody was to themselves and no one cared about other teams, and it was crazy. So these guys want everyone to go fast. They want you to do better. You know, it's a trip, because I've faced Rafa in the finals twice now. And, you know, it's kind of I think it's putting people on notice to how fast my car really can be. You know, now that I've made a million passes on it, but I've got guys from their team offering to help me set up my car. You know, that's the kind of community that PFI has built around these events. The fastest cars, imports with positivity. Hell yeah, Charlie. The fastest cars, you know, they're willing to give up information. They give up data. They're willing to help you with your setup. Dude, that's fucking unheard of, you know, and everyone just wants to see everybody go fast. And I really, really like that. Garrett, we'll see you at the show, bro. Thanks for joining in. It's like racing Swamp Rat 8. Yeah, believe it or not, it's a lot like my Glamis groups, the guys that I've tuned with, right? So when you're out in the off-roading community and you're out wheeling, if somebody breaks, no one gets left behind, right? And that's kind of the same way the community that PFI's built around this racing thing, it's the same way, right? No one gets left behind. Everybody gets to make a pass. You know, if this guy has something to help you or help that guy or whatever, then, you know, they'll help you. So like Mana from Garage Idiots, his car broke and my O2 sensor took, oh, that reminds me, I need to put that on my board. I need a new O2. My O2 crapped out. So he pulled the one off his car and just gave it to me. He's like, here, run this. So I thought that was really cool. You know, like it's just a good community. All right, guys, I'm going to go another 10 minutes, baby, and then I got to get out of here. I got a lot to do in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to try to drop a video this weekend at some point in time. Oh, yeah, Aaron, I will for sure, bro. Definitely appreciate you joining in. Don't be such a stranger. I know you're all the way in Cali. We haven't seen you guys in a long time, but definitely miss all you guys. And we will get out to visit at some point in time. We've been out to later, dude. We've been out to Cali a couple times, but it's just for some specific things, and we don't have a whole lot of time to visit. So it's good seeing you, Aaron. I'm sorry, brother. It's real, though, right? It's a real racing community that you guys have built. And it wasn't always that way. You know that, Brent, as well as I do. Did I ever race Dennis with his RX-7 from Buena Park? I did race an RX-7 from Buena Park in my Bug back at the In-N-Out days. I don't know if it was Dennis, but I know I raced and beat an RX-7 out of Buena Park. It might have been him. I don't know. I had a 66 bug back then with a 2180 on the bottle. It was very fast on the street. I do know Dennis with the RX. I know the name sounds familiar. It's been a long time since I've been to Buena Park In and Out. That's like Greg Leone, Pro Street Import days. So if you guys have never seen it before, go on YouTube and check out MTV's True Life I'm a Street Racer. Those are a lot of my old friends and a lot of the guys I used to hang out with. Slimeball, Greg Leone. God, I remember there's a bunch of guys from those were all my homies. Bunch of guys from my old racing crew. Unfortunately, we didn't get invited that night. And they know why. They know why we didn't get invited. They didn't want us to make everybody look stupid. We had a fast car. So, but yeah, my buddy Eugene from Pro Street, Skinhead Mike, they're all on it. Big Will was kind of a shop hopper. He came to our shop and then he went to he has Deluxe Customs now, I think. Oh, right on. God, I haven't been to In-N-Out Buena Park in 30 years, 25 years. My spot was Beach and Imperial. I used to take my bug to Beach and Imperial all the time. I made a lot of money in the early 90s out there in my Volkswagen. I just had a shitty old bug. No parking now. Yeah, well, guys aren't doing it like we did back then. So, all right, guys, if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to jump off of here. And I'm going to catch up on some sleep tonight. I got a busy month coming up. Like I said, I'm going to try to post a video this weekend. I don't have a whole lot of footage from Speedfest. I will get some of it in my video, but I do got a lot going on at San Lamo and wiring and new cars being built over there. So I'll try to cover some of that. And then I'll definitely cover the cruise night this weekend. You guys don't forget, if you're in the Arizona area, come out to the Boys Grand Opening Cruise Night from 4 to 8, hosted by me, the Dune Addict. And we will see you guys out there. And take it easy. See you guys in the next video.